and trust me, there's quite a lot, enough that I have to make a series out of it. Hey there, and welcome to the first episode of Unfinished Business. This is my new series on this channel in which I finish up projects or crafts which I have started but haven't finished. And trust me, there's quite a lot, enough that I have to make a series out of it. I'm nearing the end of my gap year. Very soon I will be enrolled in university and pursuing my master's degree, so I don't think I'll get enough time to complete any of these projects. And honestly, I should have started on these projects earlier, but being the procrastinator that I am, I managed to put it off by a couple of weeks, months, years. Okay, so the project we're going to be dealing with today, it's a traditional mat. This is what it looks like, and it's made with it's made using jute fabric and wool. I started this project when I was much younger. I was a wee kid when I started this project, and it's been how many years? You know what? I'm going to actually let you guys guess how many years it has been, and if you guess it correctly by the end of the video, I'll give you a round of applause. So comment your guesses below before the video is over, I guess. So yeah, so this is a traditional mat which is placed onto the floor so that people can sit on the mat and have their meals. And I started this project, I wanted to initially make this for myself, and as most projects go for me, I kind of thought it was too much work because I was a wee kid back then. Even simple things like this were a lot of work for me. So I thought, oh my god, I'll just, I'll do it later. And I didn't do it later. And now it's been years, and this has been sitting in my closet gathering dust for quite a considerable amount of time. This technique uses wool cross-stitched on jute fabric, and it's quite a simple technique, if not tedious. It's a bit monotonous at times. I listen to podcasts while doing things like this. It's very meditative. So without further ado, let's get started. And before I begin, if you have any craft projects that you've been ignoring for a while, get them out of the closet, dust the dust off, and with that, let's begin the video. I've been working on this square right here, and as you can see, it's got like pretty nice cross hatching. Let me just show you what it's like, how I start a new row. I'm not sure if you can see the spaces properly, but this is the this is the hole through which the this row began, and we have to go up 2 spaces. So putting this going back, this is one space and this is the second one. So we bring the needle up at the second space and pull the wool, and then what you do is you take the previous row as a reference, or if you don't have a previous row, what you do is go 2 rows to the side. So you have one, this is the one where the wool came out of, then 1, 2, and then over here you come down 2 more spaces. So 1, 2, okay, it ends up here, and then you insert the needle, go up 2 spaces and take up the needle. So that should give you a diagonal line like this. And move the thread out of the way. If you have a previous cross stitch for reference, you can just insert it at this joint where the 2 rows meet in the previous row, or you can go 2 spaces to the right, 2 spaces down, insert your needle, go up 2 spaces, and voila. Now it is recommended that you use a shorter wool if you get started with these projects, so as to make sure that you don't tangle up your wool. Since I managed to take a much longer piece of wool and tangle it, as you can see right here. So don't do the mistake I did and take a shorter strand of wool if you're doing a jute project like me. So when you're up to the last row, how did I know this was the last row? Well, I didn't explain that, so let me do it now. As you can see from the other square, I'll just show another square right here. We are doing a 6 by 6. There's 6 columns, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 6 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This forms a neat little square, as you can see, with the cross stitch technique. I've also done 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and now we'll move back up the row. So we insert the needle where the previous stitch ended. Okay, the stitch went under the fabric, we go under, we come up where we actually started the last stitch. Okay, so the head of this stitch right here, we come up there and move up and pull, which should leave us with a little cross. It took me about half an hour to do these 3 squares. It's very time intensive, and I can see why I sort of like jump shipped on this project, but now that I've started, I am determined to finish it. So there will be multiple parts to this. See you in part 2. Bye. The one who gets the most correct guesses wins my eternal gratefulness. I don't know.